If you're tired of frustrating yourself and banging your head on the wall trying to learn Spanish in 2025, this is the video for you. So behind me, this is my Spanish learning system, right? So this is broken down into 3 steps. Okay, so this is how you learn Spanish, any other language. This is why my clients get results. This is why I got results. This is how it happens. All right, this is where the magic happens right here. So lock in. So step one is foundation, right? You got the foundation is how you learn why you say things, when you say things, the context of it, and why you would say it in Spanish, right? Step two is sentence building. So this is how you build sentences, how you initiate conversations, understand. This is where you understand conversations and you kind of build that muscle of engaging and understanding and receiving feedback in real time. And the last is immersion, because immersion is going to give you a ton of information and real time feedback at the same time. So you're supercharging your entire learning process. You need all three of these in conjunction. Let's say if you just had foundation and immersion, like the rules of Spanish, all that, and you're surrounded by Spanish, so you live in like Mexico or Spain or something, but you don't know how to build sentences. So you have the foundation, you're around all the Spanish, but you can't speak. You don't know how to initiate. Or let's say you have foundation and building sentences, right? You got the foundation, you got building sentences. You know how to initiate. You want to initiate. You know the rules, but you're not receiving enough feedback. You're not receiving enough information. You're not receiving a lot of you're not having a lot of different Spanish information being put into your brain, right? Now, let's say, what was the last one? Immersion. Okay, let's say you have immersion and build sentences, right? So let's say you learn how to build sentences. You kind of get the phrases down, and you're surrounded by Spanish, right? But you don't have the foundation, so you don't have anything to fall back on. You don't have any, you don't know why you're saying the things you're saying. You don't know what's going on. You just kind of going with the flow, and that's going to hinder you in the long run because you're going to run into like certain words, certain ways people put words, and you're not going to know why those words and those phrases were put the way they were put because you don't have a foundation. So you need all three of these, right? This is what makes up the Spanish learning system. Look, guys, I'm not an I'm not an expert. I didn't grow up in a Spanish speaking country. I'm from Mississippi. There was no Spanish speakers where I was growing up. I literally learned this system by myself, right? Well, I learned Spanish through a myriad of different ways, like courses and tutors and being immersed and all that stuff. But this right here is what it all boils down to. You need foundation, you need build sentences, and you need immersion. So look, if you're tired of struggling with Spanish and you want to finally lock in and learn this language for 2025 and beyond, DM me next step and we'll get you in the program, right? But you might want to do it now because the prices are going to go up toward December, so you want to make sure you lock in. All right, y'all, it's your boy Lou. Peace.